Joe. Crazy Joe. Yeah, I'm Crazy Joe. I be running through the snow. Got no pants, got no shirt, got no mother.
Good morning. Welcome back to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Crazy Joe. Today we have another physical media review for you. Another one sent to us by our friends at Warner Archive. And I just did Wait Till Your Father Gets Home, the complete series of Wait Till Your Father Gets Home, a complete series of a Hanna-Barbera animated show from the 70s. Well, guess what? We got another one. We got another classic Hanna-Barbera series in full, and that is Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles, the complete series of Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles. Now, I got to be honest with you here. This is a 60s show. I was born in 1976. I've heard of Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles. I definitely recognize Frankenstein Jr. Just being a pop culture nut, I've seen his image. I've never seen a single episode of Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles until now. One thing I was wrong about right off the bat is I thought Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles were a team. Like, I thought all these guys were a team together. They are not. Every episode of Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles is split into 3 shorts. And some of the shorts are about Frankenstein Jr. Some of the shorts are about the Impossibles. These are 2 different groups that have their own adventures, but they're packaged together. So, you don't really get to see Frankenstein Jr. Fighting alongside the Impossibles, unless that happens in some of the later episodes that I haven't gotten to yet. I've watched several of the early episodes, and they haven't interacted yet. So, except for little interstitials between shorts, like these little animated, like those transitions. They'll have little things where they'll be, kind of flying. They're going into battle and Frankenstein Jr. is flying over them, like quick 30-second little things, but no stories. All right, this is from Warner Archive. Warner Archive, as we've mentioned before, this is a division of Warner Brothers that they're made on demand. This is stuff that is a little more niche. They don't think is probably going to sell at a brick and mortar store. It doesn't behoove them to, make a bunch and stick them on store shelves because maybe the demand won't be there because it's a little bit more niche. So they're made on demand. That's what Warner Archive does. If you want to get these, you have to get them from the Warner Archive website or Amazon.com. I don't know who else sells Warner Archives. I know Amazon does. I know they have their own website. So there you go. This show only ran for 1 season. And all the episodes are on 2 discs. And you can see all the episode titles are on the discs. Now, that looks like a lot of episodes. That's because they've listed every short. Like I said, every episode has 3 shorts. Well, they're listing all the shorts there. And that's the complete series. Now, Frankenstein Jr. is a giant robot who goes out and fights crime. He was created by a boy named Buzz Conroy, and who's a scientist child who invented this big giant robot, and they go off and they have adventures together. And then there's the Impossibles. The Impossibles are a rock band. They're a rock band, but they're also superheroes. They are Fluid Man. There's Fluid Man in the green. He could turn into liquid. Coil Man. He can coil himself up. Like, you see his arms? That's what he does. He coils himself. And Multi-Man, who can multiply himself. He could create a whole bunch of him. So that's the Impossibles. And then they're a rock band when they're not fighting crime. So you'll see them doing a gig, playing a gig somewhere, and then something will happen, and they'll change into their superhero personas. And there you go. Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles. Again, this is a short-lived show, only ran for 1 season, and you can get the whole thing here. Special feature, Monster Rock, The Adventures of Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles. That's the one special feature you get on there. And it's a good set. I watched several of the episodes on disc 1. They look great. They're very cleaned up. I never saw the show before, so I don't know. I don't know what it looked like before, but it's very, looks quite nice in 1080p HD. So there you have it, Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles. This is one of those shows. This is one of those shows that's just kind of in the pop culture subconscious. That I think if you're of my generation, you've probably seen Frankenstein Jr. before. You've probably seen the character. Maybe you haven't seen the show. If you weren't born in the 60s, maybe this is a little bit before your time, as was the case with me, but you're still aware of it. So this is a cool thing. Like, let's be honest. Don't we all just love Hanna-Barbera cartoons? There's my generation. We grew up on them. We love Hanna-Barbera. So this is something as soon as I saw this was coming, I was interested. I'm like, I gotta check that show out. So in recent months, Warner Archive gave us the complete series of Top Cat. Did a review right here on this channel, the complete series of Top Cat. The complete series of Wait Till Your Father Gets Home, review last week on this channel. And now we're getting Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles. So my question is, what classic Hanna-Barbera series is Warner Archive going to give us next? I don't know, but Warner Archive, if you're listening, I have a couple I'd like to see. Help It's the Hair Bear Bunch and Jabberjaw. Why don't you think about those two? Help It's, they're already on DVD. You can get them on DVD, but I'd like a Blu-ray of Jabberjaw or Help It's the Hair Bear Bunch. Or what about Josie and the Pussycats? Both seasons. The first season where they're on Earth, and then the second season where they go to space. I want that too. Anyway, thank you to Warner Archive for sending me this. Check it out. If you're interested in old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, this is one you're going to want to add to your collection. It's pretty cool. I dig it. I dig it, man. Available now wherever you get Warner Archive titles. Again, Warner Archive's website, Amazon, you'll be able to get them there. All right, everyone. Until next time, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs. Some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander pajamas, but no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. I know we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.